Hello everyone, I'm a little bit late making this one. We're at War 3. I always try to get these done sort of the same war day, but at work and lots of things on. Yeah, bastards keep banning Bastion, which makes me sad, and therefore I think my alliance think I'm useless because I don't get many fights. Got some more fun stuff today. Spider-Woman comes back for a return, and the rest of the stuff is taken with Prowler. I get to bring White Mag's pre-fight as well. Which is helpful for many people, including myself. A special treat for you guys today, you get to see me use lots of potions, because I play largely like poo-poos. Although technically you don't see me use tons of potions. Now, I was looking there at the synergy that I didn't realise White Mags has with Prowler, which was very important at the time, and even more important you'll see later for when I forget. We're going with path 8 today. Into path 6, and then as a last minute sort of thing I ended up taking Jean on node 40 as well. Original plan for negative here was that I would use a Koi, but I said, look, I know that Prowler can do this. His lack of crits means he's not going to overtake the damage cap, even though his damage is still huge, and he's just very good for it in general. So yeah, and then Wags will allow me to use it for Shocker and some other fights later. Very, very easy fight here. I'm not going to parry Mr. Negative because I don't want to give him light energy and then end up having to deal with reverse controls and stuff. Yeah, I play this largely well. I get caught out a couple of times. I can't remember which now. But yes, generally sloppy play all round today. I'm sure the purists in you all watching, if there is anyone, will notice various faults, except for that one. You know, that one's obvious, me just getting punched in the face. Mist got caught on an intercept there. Yeah, not the most ideal start to a fight. He catches me again on an intercept. I think that's it for my mistakes this fight, thankfully. Notice the L2 gives me a big fury thanks to the WAG synergy, which I wasn't sure. So my initial plan was to sort of stick with L1s, but I wanted to try an L2, see if it pushed me over, gave him a fury charge for the node, knowing that if it did, I had 4 other attempts to not do it, because I obviously don't want to trigger glancing and all the rest of that bollocks. But so far so good, my theory worked, and we can finish the bastard off. Yes, nice easy fight. Did make a couple of mistakes. The start of the potions begins. For the next one for Wolf here, stun immune node. When I'd been dueling, just to, you know, get used to fighting him again, it's been a while. Full Moon was still active, but by the time I got to this fight, it had finished, so that was nice. I'm aware that he has increased ability accuracy here, so I knew that the ensnare wouldn't do much to him. Not that I rely on that, but I was just thought it might allow him to build charges a little bit quicker. However, I play this absolutely perfectly, if I do say so myself. Not a single blocked hit taken. Damn, I spoilt it. So much more traditional rotation for Spider-Woman. We go to L2. Ideally I would have thrown with a little more power, but it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to build back up to L1. I've got 14 Furies now. We are going to be hitting very hard, get some nice yellow numbers, and the L1 is going to kill him before stings even matter. Nice full yellow bar, 0 damage taken, and we can go back to being sloppy. So that's going to bring us to section 2, path 6, as I said, where we've got, look at me getting ahead of myself, we've got Negasonic here, first of all. Her incinerates on me, well, I'm immune anyway, but they're passive, and my ruptures and stuff are also passive, so we're collectively going to both ignore the node. I guess technically it's a pretty good node for her. Being tech, I shut down her precognition straight away. Fisticuffs mean nothing. Just avoid her double hit heavy. And I forgot how fast she jumps back at the end of her L1, so the spacing for my punish failed miserably, and she does hit very, very hard if she catches you. So again, more potion use, but that's going to be the last of the last of me screwing up against her. Potions are expensive, man, and yeah, that L2 absolutely almost completely nukes her down, and just to finish off, she drops dead. Gonna heal up again with some more potions, and then we come to Shocker here, where we've got White Mag's pre-fight. To be honest, I play this terribly. The plan is ideally push him to L3. I was comfortable to let him throw an L2 into Falter at some point. Just don't let him throw L1s, because then he gets even more fucky than he already is. His block proficiency is horrible, so I wanted to play the node in terms of not repeat my hits. Push him to L3 ideally with invulnerability boost active, and it should be an easy fight. And it is an easy fight. I just, as you are going to see, I play it pretty horribly. I kind of lost concentration after a while and got to a point where I wasn't even sure if I was swiping or tapping anymore in terms of mediums or lights. I was trying not to repeat too many hits. On the whole, I stuck to that pretty well. But yeah, just, I don't know, it wasn't great. L2 didn't do anywhere near as much as I was hoping. I completely miss a parry there, eat 2 hits of my indestructible. Luckily means I have 1 left, so I can still push him to an L3. And yeah, I just don't want to push him to an L1 because that's going to pace the taunt debuff and give him more power, which I suppose on Conflictor, when I want to push him to 3 bars, isn't a bad thing. But you know, needs must. Yeah, I wasn't too worried in the fight, but I was aware of how badly I was letting it all go. Really not selling myself this season so far, as if anyone thought I was decent up until this point. He does hit really hard into block, makes me very sad. L2 into block is just disgusting. And now we're going to go full hog just to finish him off. No, we're not. We are now. Never underestimate a champ still having 4%, only having 4% left. So, more potions to use. We're going to come to Jean Grey now. Originally, it was going to be for someone else, but they weren't 100% on it. And I said, look, I feel pretty comfortable with taking her. I feel good with her reverse controls. Also, Prowler doesn't really get many buffs, so I can parry freely and not worry about Soul Barb. I forgot about Dex at the time I said that. But importantly, as I said at the beginning, I also forgot about Wag's synergy, as much as I took notice of it when I picked the team. Yeah, I felt good to use a PS1 here rather than an invuln. Not that an invuln would have protected me against this. I get the huge fury from the L2, and the Soul Barb is massively ticking me down, so that was rather an eek moment. I had to be very careful of that for the rest of the fight. Play around reverse controls as usual. I'm aware from when I took her last war about her heavy spacing, which I've never normally needed to worry so much about. And she's going down fast. I know I took the, I didn't really make the mistake, but the Soul Barb on my Fury really cost me a lot of health to start with, but we are handling her pretty well. Special's unblockable there, so I can throw that, definitely on purpose rather than misjudged and got lucky. Don't know what I was doing there, got a bit of a muddle I think. It's easy to stay locked in for a long time, I find, against Jean, but equally you can sort of lose concentration. Health shield kicked, the force field kicked back in, but that's alright, we're ticking her down anyway. She'll be dead shortly. Finish it off, reverse controls kick in, be aware of that. Final special melts her into the ground. Very, very happy with how that fight went. And yeah, that's the end of my war and the first quarter of the season. We weren't brilliant as a BG. We have been better, but we got a solid win there to take us into the first break of the season. Thank you for watching, guys. GG's to AoH, and I'll catch you at the next one. Bye!